Right, hi guys, welcome back. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly show you something. So let's just test this game. This is my one that we're just making. It's quite jumpy. The fish moves quite slow. It can't move diagonally at all, which is actually really annoying. So if we look at the example game, just press the green flag, the fish can move up, down. It can move diagonal. It's a bit sharper. It's a bit quicker. It can kind of like swim around the slow shark quite a lot, which is quite. So I quite like this. These controls are much better, and then it dies at the end. Okay, so let's go back to our game. This one here, and let's go on to our fish. What we're going to do is see the ones we've got over here. We've got the left arrow, the right arrow, the up arrow, and the down arrow. We're going to change that. So we're going to change kind of how they work. Okay, so this time we're going to drag across when the green flag is clicked. We're going to drag across a forever. So forever. Again, this is what we're going to do. We're going to drag across an if. I'm just going to put the if to the side for now, just here. Okay. So we're going to say if. So in sensing, you've got if, or we've got key, if key space pressed. So we're going to drag this across. I'm going to put this into the diamond. So we're going to change, instead of it being if the space key, we're going to change it to the right. So if the right arrow key is pressed, what do we want it to do? Well, we want it to change X by 10 and point in direction 90. So I can just drag these two, take them off the bottom so they disconnect, look. And these two can go inside there. Okay, so that's the first one. And then we can drag this if, and we can drop it inside the forever. Just like that. Okay, so now we need to do one more of those. Let's get another if. So we've got another if. If sensing key pressed, we're going to change the spacebar to the left arrow key. And we're going to drag these two off the left arrow and put them inside. And this is really important. Okay, so now when you're going to drag this, we're going to drop it so it connects just there. So it doesn't go inside the other if. It's outside, but it's connected onto the bottom of the if one. Okay, so we can now right click on this and press delete. Right click on this one and press delete. So we've got two more to do. So let's quickly get another if. Go to sensing. If the space key is pressed, so let's do up. So if the up key arrow is pressed, change Y by 10, so it goes inside. And again, we just drag it, and we make sure it comes in from the bottom and it clips on there. And finally, so this is basically saying if we press the down arrow key, so when we press the down arrow key, we change Y by -10, and again, drag it in and connect it to the bottom, just like that. And we can delete these two, delete. Let's move this up so it's nice and tidy. Okay, so now let's test this. So let's press the green flag. So we start. There we go. Now that's a lot smoother. I can get the fish moving around the screen quite nicely. And it's just easier to control because you can move diagonally and it dies like that. Okay, so it just makes it a lot easier to control, and it also means that when we die, we can't actually continue to move the fish, so it actually works a lot better. Okay, right, let's get the next part done. We'll do it in this video as well. The next bit we're going to do is we're going to get like a countdown. So we're going to give the game 30 seconds maximum. So the game only lasts for 30 seconds and then it stops. Okay, so let's click onto the stage. So let's click on stage. And on the stage we can actually add script, so we can add some code, we can add some blocks to build up some instructions. Okay, so what we're going to do, we always use this one when the green flag is clicked. We want it to start a timer at 30. We want it to count down every second, and that when it gets to 0 it stops. Okay, so it's going to count down from 30 to 0. At 0 the game ends. So let's see what we can do. So we're going to use a different one of these. So we're going to go to variables, and we're going to click where it says make a variable. So a variable is like a place where we can store information, either time or a score. So we're going to click make a variable, and this one is going to be called time. So press time, type in time, and press OK. So we've got, now you can see we've got some options here. We've got time, set time to 0, change time by 1. So when the green flag is clicked, we want to set the time at 30 for 30 seconds. If you want it to be 60 seconds, you can change it to 60, or 45 seconds, it's up to you. So, and you can see just here it says time 0. To press the green flag, see now the time is 30, but it's not counting down. Okay, so we need it to count down. So what we're going to do, we're going to use a different instruction for the first time now. We're going to control, and we are going to go to repeat 10. So I'm going to drag this across and connect it to the bottom there. Repeat 10, we're going to leave it for 10 now. We're going to go back to variables, and we're going to change time by 1. So we're doing a countdown, so we don't want it to be 1, we want it to be -1. So we're going to say, I'm going to put that in the middle, in the repeat 10. Let's just see what happens. Let's try it again. So it counts down really quickly. It's not really every second, it's more like 10 in 1 second. So let's go to control. We've used this one before. We're going to use the wait 1 second. Let's put it just in there. So we're now going to say, when the green flag is clicked, set time to 30, so the timer goes to 30 seconds, and repeat. So repeat 10 means repeat whatever's inside here, so inside 10 times. So change time by -1, wait 1 second, it will then do it again, and it would repeat it 10 times. Let's just test it. So it's okay, so that looks right so far. Okay, so it stops at 20, that's because we've only repeated this 10 times. So let's change that to 30. So that'll count down all the way to 0, and then what we can do is at the bottom we can put a stop all. Just there. Let's test it, okay? So let's go. So I'm going to make sure I try not to die. So it's 26. Okay, I died, which is not good. Now we've got to start again. Okay, I'm going to try and definitely survive this time. Let's just move around the screen. So that's 19, so you can see it's still counting down, it's still working. I'm not going to try and collect them yet, I'm just going to try and make sure we get down to 0 to see if it stops the game. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there the game stopped when we got to 0. And I mean, that's working pretty well. I'm very happy with that. So we've got a timer, so the game lasts 30 seconds, and it does this little bit of code, and when it's finished it then stops the game, so the time stops at 0. What I'm going to do in the next video is show you how to add, so that when the fish touches the key we can get some scores, we can get some points and we can then see how many keys we can collect within 30 seconds or 60 seconds. Okay, that's what we'll do in the next video.